Welcome to the road to $1 million US, and let's get right into the Bitcoin chart for today, starting with this 4-hour time frame, and then we're going to move to higher and higher time frames. As always, I will only be covering the unbiased technical analysis and nothing more. Right now, we're trading in between this area of resistance at about 72.1k and this area of support sitting at 67.3k. So long as we are trading in between these two levels, I am just neutral on the Bitcoin price, and we are basically just trading in this parallel channel here. However, as I've been pointing out in my last couple of videos, I am looking for a squeeze in these Bollinger Bands, which has now occurred. So in the case that you don't know, typically a squeeze like this in the Bollinger Bands happens right before we get massive volatility for Bitcoin once again. For example, we saw this recently. This was also after we basically traded sideways throughout the weekend, as well as on Monday, and then on Tuesday we saw massive volatility in comparison to that period before. And today we actually have the exact same setup, trading sideways over the weekend and including Monday. So potentially within the next 24 to 48 hours, we're going to see that massive spike in volatility. So get ready for that. Now, in terms of the market direction, as I said in the beginning of the video, for now, I'm actually relatively neutral on the Bitcoin price because we're trading in between these two important levels here. And before I explain what I'm expecting over the coming 24 to 48 hours, let me be clear that this is probably going to be a bit more frustrating for you guys that are newer to technical analysis, because I'm not going to give you a clear up or down prediction at this point, because like I said, currently we don't know, we're trading neutrally. However, what I can give you is points of the breakout as well as points of invalidation. So starting off with the bullish case here, let's say that we break through that 72.1k level, you can actually use this area of resistance as the point of invalidation. So if we trade above here, but then for whatever reason start trading back below this level, this is also the point of invalidation for that bullish setup. And of course, for the bearish setup, you have the exact same thing. If we're breaking down below 67.3k, it makes sense to be a bit more bearish in the short term. However, if we then trade back above this level, that is also the point of invalidation for that bearish setup, right? If you want to learn the basics of technical analysis, I recommend just watching my free trading course on rt1m.com. You can find the link to that in the video description, because here I teach you all the basics of technical analysis completely for free in about 1 hour of educational content there. Something interesting though is that we do have massive liquidity to the upside, which I will show you in the liquidity analysis later on in this video. But either way, for now, let's first of all take a look at some more support and resistance levels on the daily time frame this time. We're still trading below this critical area of resistance, sitting from 71.5 all the way up to 73,000, and trading above this area of support from 70,000 all the way down to 67.5k. With that squeeze that we're seeing in the Bollinger Bands on the 4-hour time frame, we should expect that likely we're going to be trading outside of these two levels. I know that recently the base case has been that we're going to stay in between these two levels, but now that we are done or very close to done with squeezing the Bollinger Bands on the lower time frames, we should expect a lot more volatility and for a bigger move to actually come back into the market here. In terms of the higher time frame, staying on this 1-day time frame, then of course we are still in a bearish market structure, as you can tell from this descending trend line and the fact that we are making lower lows and lower highs in the overall price action. So here are these lower highs, here are the lower lows. And so long as we are still doing this, guys, then obviously we have to be open to seeing more downside, even if there's some counter trend bounces along the way. Something that would actually change my mind about trading much lower for Bitcoin is if we actually get candle closes above this specific level right here, sitting at 87.5k. Notice how right here in my chart, I have this massive target all the way down at 52,000 in the Bitcoin price, as well as 45,000 in the Bitcoin price. And this is because we have a bearish flag pattern. So here you can see that flag pull, then we flagged up a little bit here, broke out to the downside, which confirmed these two price targets. So this is actually my base case, that we're slowly heading towards 52 to 45,000 in the Bitcoin price. And the point of invalidation for this setup is actually if we get that candle close above 87.3k, roughly speaking. But until then, so long as I'm not seeing a look like this with a clear break above and candle closes above that level, I'm basically forced by the charts to be more bearish on this higher time frame. Although of course I'm not permanently bearish, thinking that it is impossible that we do get some kind of massive V-shaped recovery, but I'm just saying that that is not my base case, and so long as I'm not getting any confirmation here that something like this is on the table, once again by getting that candle close above, then there's no reason for me to think that we're not going down to these levels right here. Moving on to the Bitcoin ETF flow tables though, because yesterday we saw a massive inflow of about $370 million in a single day of trading, so that could be considered a good thing, but overall recently we have just seen massive outflows from these Bitcoin ETFs every single day, as you can tell by this right side column here. And even with that close to $400 million flow, it less than cancels out this massive outflow that we saw last Friday. So overall, this isn't having much of an upwards pressuring effect on the Bitcoin price at the moment, but I will continue to keep tracking this every single day, staying on top of things, and of course reporting back to you guys. Now finally moving on to that Bitcoin liquidity analysis, because here we have massive liquidity to the upside, for example at 80,000, 85k, and even as high as 93k in the Bitcoin price. In the case that you don't know, typically the Bitcoin price gets attracted to where there is the most liquidity on this chart. So right now on the higher time frame, that is actually to the upside, although before you start looking at liquidity to the upside to be grabbed here at 75k, 80k, something like this, you can see it here on the 1 week time frame as well. Like there's just a bunch of liquidity to the upside here, practically screaming at the Bitcoin price for it to be grabbed. But before it makes sense to be targeting liquidity up here, you need to see a break of this area of resistance, because really, if you look at this over the past couple of days, we have just been rejected from this over and over again. So this is a key area to break before we can start looking at higher prices after that as well in the short term. Although with the backdrop of these Bollinger Bands, something like this where we break through, we get a massive expansion in the volatility, and just grabbing a bunch of liquidity to the upside is completely on the table. So that's why this video is probably going to be called something like volatility incoming, because that is my base case expectation, although it doesn't necessarily have to be to the upside. As I said, right now I'm still kind of neutral on Bitcoin, and there is also a bunch of liquidity to the downside, for example at 68,000 in the Bitcoin price. Zooming in even further, maybe the 48-hour time frame, there's also a bunch of liquidity once again at that 68k level. So there are some potential downside considerations. Either way, if you're going to be trading crypto, I highly recommend you check out rt1m.com. Even if you are a more experienced trader, perhaps you can check it out and just sharpen some of those technical skills, because I cover some advanced concepts in here. However, even for the beginners, guys, there's also a bunch of stuff for you. But either way, if you do end up checking it out or not, thank you for watching once again, and I will see you tomorrow in the next one.